Good afternoon and welcome to today's podcast. I'm Jennifer Bagley. Welcome to Catalyst for the Trades. I'm very excited. Today I have Charlie Vecchio. How you like that?
I like it, Jen. We
Charlie,
were talking about everyone butchering my last name, so you nailed it.
I nailed it. Normally I just go straight for butcher. So you guys, Charlie was built by the trades. They have been a client of ours since the beginning, which I absolutely love. It's always a special moment when I get to bring one of our clients and strategic partners on, and I'm so excited about everything you guys are doing. But it's a little complex because you guys didn't just decide to build one major solution. You decided to build an egg carton, damn near, of solutions for the trades, which just means there's lots of problems to solve. Tell me a little
Yeah,
bit about how we got here.
yeah. I mean, it's a good question. Paul, who's our founder and CEO, everyone knows Paul. He's been in the trades for 40 years, and he recently had an opportunity with his garage door company, where he has the opportunity now to give back to the people where he feels allowed him to be successful. And so I think what's cool from my point of view when I sit back and look at where we are today, it's being able to look at Paul's vision, what he sees as the issues that maybe he would have gotten to where he was at faster if he had some of these tools.
Mm-hmm.
And so, to your point, I mean, it's like there isn't just one problem, right? It's like we're solving problems where every single business we talk to, we have something that can help them. And I think that's what's really cool about it is like if you're a business and you have a solution that solves these problems, you're in a really good position. And I think what we've noticed and had a lot of validation is as we continue to have these calls with contractors and business owners in the trades, people are really getting excited about the ability to have solutions to the problems that they're having. And so, yeah, it started off with one product, and here we are today. We're sitting at 6 products, and we have a couple more
in the hopper.
And yeah, it's really exciting.
All right, so I want to start a little bit backwards. I want to say, was it yesterday or the day before? Our senior director, creative design, sent me a link. And I opened the website up and was like, damn, this is hot. This is hot.
Yeah.
Goose, baby. So let's start with Goose. That's tell me a little bit about like what the issues are and can we do that yet? Because it's not live yet. How far can we go?
Yeah, I mean we can talk about it. I think what's exciting about Goose is it gives business owners the ability to really know what's going on inside their business all the time. One of the things I deal with a lot when I'm dealing with business owners is like, how do I see what's happening? Like, how do I know what's going on sales calls? How do I know, a technician's in a home that they're doing what they should be doing? And what's so cool about Goose is it's not just a tool that allows for coaching inside the home. It's also, I think the coolest part, being a sales guy myself, is like a technician can be in the car, right? And they wake up at 6:37 and they're headed to a job and they can say, hey, Goose, what do I have today? What's going on? And then we'll say, hey, your first appointment is with so-and-so. Hey, Goose, give me 5 things that I should know about this call. And so Goose is tied into your CRM system. It's looking at the history, and Goose is going to coach you while you're on the way to that call, right? Like get you pumped up, get you excited, get you feeling like you can walk into that call and you're going to nail it. And then on the flip side, on the way home from that call, say, hey, Goose, like what could I have done better? Like what could I have done? And look, it's not the first tool out there that says that they can help with coaching. So I think about what makes Goose different is Goose is automatic. It's not a turn it on, turn it off. It's all the time. And so we hear a lot, like I'll be talking to a business owner and they're like, well, I don't like, how do I get my guys to adapt to it? Like, what if they're like hesitant? I'm like, bro, this is your company. Like you own this. Like, why are you even making it an option for your team to be using this great tool? And so, so I think what's cool about it is it's like, it basically guarantees the business owner that they're going to get feedback on every single call. And then the last thing I'll say, what I love about Goose is, a lot of people look at it as like, they're listening to everything we're doing and, blah, blah, blah. It's also a fantastic way to protect your team as they're out in the field. So for example, like you've heard stories where, let's say, a tech's in a home and then the homeowner accuses like someone on your team of like, hey, they said this, or they like, oh, they didn't pitch me, or they didn't book me. They promised XYZ. Well, wait a minute. And so I think the best way, like if I'm a business owner and I want my team utilizing this tool, is like, hey, this is a way to protect yourself. So when you're in that home, you're not worried about someone saying he said this, she said that. So yeah, I think overall though, it's just like, it's a fantastic way to be prepared and get like all the feedback you could want from a call.
Insights leads to information, which leads to decisions, which leads to actions. And without it, you are guessing. So I would say this: under no circumstances should you be freaking concerned about a new product, system, or tool that you plan on implementing with your team in order to provide better insights, information to be able to make better decisions under any circumstances. Like that logic, that mindset, and I'm getting a little amped here.
No, I'm glad you are, because I get amped. I
Yeah.
feel the same way when I hear it. I'm like,
Yes.
what do you mean? What if they
Stop
don't?
it.
Like, yeah, just stop it. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yep.
Stop it. I'm not going to make this a long-winded lecture. Stop it. That would be like my team coming in and going, I don't want to record every Zoom call with the client. You said what?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
then you don't want to work here. That's not, there is no way I would have them just out and about willy-nilly and be sitting in the middle of a ping pong table of who said what.
Exactly.
And I can't train. I have no insights. I have no visibility. I can't provide any additional value. I have no clue how to improve the results because I have no data. So yeah. Okay. With that is a very cool tool. To me, that's no different than every single meeting in our entire organization is recorded on Zoom or Fathom or AI note taker or whatever it is. And all of that data in our world goes into a central knowledge base. And our Hydra system utilizes that data to write content, to do design, to build marketing campaigns. We use that information to build training, performance, everything. Like, yes.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to operate my business without it.
Yep. Yeah. And if the tool's there and it makes your people better, like why? Yeah. So yeah.
Yes. Full insights into the company. So with Goose, I am curious, from an administrative layer, is there aggregate use? So can I, from an admin, if I'm a GM or I'm the owner, be able to say, how did everybody do this week? And where do we need help, or where do we need coaching or whatnot from a management standpoint?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a great point. And I think one of the big points of it is exactly that. So let's say you're a GM and you want to so for example, the best way I think of it is like, let's say, you want on every single call, you want your technician to ask for a certain thing, right? You want to ask them how the service was or whatever it is.
For the review.
A review, right? Exactly. You want to make sure they gave the review. So what you can do is you can put inside Goose as a leader, as an admin, you can put in key phrases you want to hear on those calls. And so then what Goose will do is at the end of the day, at the end of the week, whatever, it's going to keep track of all that. So you can say, hey, Johnny went on 10 calls this week, and out of those 10, 8 of them he asked for a review, or all 10. So then next time you have that one-on-one, you can sit down and be like, hey, just want to give you kudos, man. You went on 10 calls. You asked for a review all 10 times. And on the flip side, a coaching opportunity, if you went on 10 calls and you only asked for a review 3 times, as a manager, it's like, hey, obviously, this is the standard. This is what we're asking this week. You went on 10 calls, only 3 of them you asked for. Like, what's going on? And you can get feedback. So yeah, so there's a big part of Goose on the back end for the coaching side, where you can set up, certain things you want to see on the call, and then be able to track that for sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
This is a This is how our businesses ran. These are the systems and tools we use to execute. These are the measurements I use to be able to evaluate. Do you have any questions?
Yep. Simple.
That's it.
Yeah. Very simple.
That's it. Welcome
Yep.
to owner operator.
Yeah.
So what we talked about reviews for a little bit. Do you want to go continue down that path?
Yeah. So, trade rated, it's so exciting because now we're actually having users on these platforms, right? Before it was like, hey, you're going to get more reviews, but we couldn't really speak actual numbers.
Yeah.
We have businesses right now, currently on the trade rated program, that are getting over 90% review generation on calls. So if you think typically right now, most of the trades right now, tech goes out, jobs complete. They say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, 10, 15, in a little bit, you're going to get a link. You're going to get an email. Please, if you don't mind, leave me a review. We all know what happens, right? That homeowner, they have dinner with their kids. They have school. They have homework. Next thing you know, even if they had the best experience, they're forgetting about it. And so right now in the industry, we're looking at, anywhere between 10 to 12% of someone actually leaving a review if they're sent a text message or an email. And
Mm-hmm.
so now what we're doing is we're putting that right in front of the customer on the spot with a QR code, and it's all verified inside your CRM system. So it's all trackable. And we're seeing over a 90% generate. I mean, think about that. So now you're a small business and you're telling me reviews are really important to my business. Like, we know that if we have more reviews, we're going to have more
Everything.
opportunities. And so now I'm telling you, there's a tool that you can get 90% of that review coming in. It's a no-brainer. Like, it is so cool. And the ability to, I always talk about one of my favorite functions inside Trade Rated is the Fight Google button. The ability to say, like, hey, I mean, if you knew how many, I mean, I'm talking millions of reviews that are taken down every single month, and businesses have no idea. Either they have no idea, they definitely don't know why, but they don't know how to get it back. And so I think what's super cool inside the Trade Rated program is we are going to get a snapshot of every single review. And then every single second of the day, you can fight Google. We're going to generate a template for you that's going to send exactly what you need to get that review back. And so not only are we helping businesses generate more reviews at a 90% rank, but anytime they lose those reviews, we're going to help them get them back. And that's super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be a little selfish on this one. Like, we need our clients to sign up and utilize this platform and to make reviews acquisition a top priority from the second you guys have your team meetings to when they walk out the door. The receptionist or whoever's in the front says, don't forget, don't come home without the review. We need this to happen at every layer within the business. And this is the difference between those that this is the standard and the expectation, and those that it's the wish is different. And when I say it's different, I don't mean the results are different and how many reviews you get. I mean that when the standard is that you acquire the review in the home, that's the standard, that's the protocol. Your performance on organic search, local search, AI search, generative search, LSA, and paid ads all improves because you have a solid review process.
Preach. Yep.
Period.
Exactly. Yep.
So this one is another one where these are the systems we have. These are the standards we have. This is my expectations. Do you have any questions?
And again, to your question of, like, from a leader, how do I see that at a high level? Everything's trackable, right? So as a manager, you can go into the Trade Rated platform and say, hey, Scott, look, man, you went on 30 jobs and it looks like you only generated 13 reviews. Like, what's going on? Like, the expectation is that on every single job you're getting that review, you're at 13 out of 30. You either can do it or you can't. Tell me what's going on. And so I think, to your point, I think from the visibility standpoint on the back end as a leader, being able to go in and be able to track, like, how's my team doing? And look, it could be a really good coaching opportunity, like going back to that rep and saying, like, hey, are you like, it looks like you're struggling asking for the review. Like, let's go over that. Let's coach that. So yeah, so it gives, again, visibility on the back end for that manager to be able to go in and see who on the team is using it and who's not, and then being able to coach to that, which is huge.
Absolutely. This is these are, you know what? I'm just gonna give you a secret. So on the last podcast, I said I 100% agree 14 times on a podcast. So now I'm actually mentally checking myself to make sure I don't say it. And I've caught myself starting to say absolutely 4 times so far. Sorry.
It's all good.
Self-judgment moment.
It's all good.
We
we're excited. We're super excited about Trade Rated. It's a great way for a business to get in and tackle a very important need. And it's really simple, right? All you got to do is get your team to show up and know what they need to do.
We have to have that. All the reviews that come through Trade Rated then get sent via API, and we publish those on a website. And those reviews on the website then shows your EEAT signals of authority and expertise and trustworthiness and everything else. It's all connected. That assists us in being able to expand local search, expand organic search.
Exactly.
And that's what's going to help you convert more customers. So if it's not part of your, I think a lot of times I hear like, I need more leads, a lot of new prospects. I need more leads and my marketing company sucks. I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about you first.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's talk about the systems and processes that you have in place in order to do what's necessary in order to be able to win. Because your marketing company, A, can't care more about your business than you do. And B, both parties have to show up to the table with more than an appetite. You can't just come eat, you got to bring a tray. And if that tray is make sure you get the platform in place and the processes in place to be able to collect reviews while you're in the home and don't come home without it, that's the meal you need to bring to the table.
Yep.
That's critical. All right.
Yep.
2 big wins so far. We need
and I think the two biggest ones now coming out that I know we're super excited about is we have Service Dash and True Quote.
Let's do True Quote first.
Yeah, true. I know you like True Quote. I
have a vested interest in this.
You do. And it's funny, again, this is another one you and I've had multiple conversations about, like the whole digital marketing in Google and people saying like, is this a fad? This idea of putting pricing up front. About a year and a half ago, I remember just like this war, like it was like online, this huge debate of like, I would never and for me sitting back now, and I'm sure you can appreciate
you got lots of popcorn those days.
Lots of popcorn. And I remember being an advocate of making sure your prices are transparent. And I remember getting just torn apart. I remember the backlash. I remember being told I was and hearing business owners say, I will never, ever put my pricing so everyone can see it. And here we are a year and a half later. And a lot of those same people are starting to realize.
Brought crow to the dinner table.
Yes. And so what we do with True Quote is simple. It's like people are looking for a price. They are looking for it. So why not give it to them? And I think what's important about what I love about True Quote is like, we're not just giving them our price. We're giving them comparable prices, right? Because if you just give them one price, what's going to happen? Is they're going to say, okay,
they'll go shop.
Yep. And now I'm going to go shop. So what if you brought that whole thing to your site and they didn't have to go shop? You've done that for them. So I think that's just super, like, it's brilliant, right? So it's like, and not only that, but now with technology and now with the ability to, like, people can really build out exactly what they want and have a really good idea of what that's going to cost. And it's going to say it's an awesome tool for everybody. It's like, I love it. I think again, being an advocate of online pricing for so long, it like now to be able to have a product that I think it's awesome.
So this is, I'm going to go back and continue to tie all the pieces together. So in order to win, I think about all of these logistics. One, if you go add pricing to a really shitty website, that's tough. So like you need to have a very fast loading, properly structured, properly architected website. In order to change what AI understands about pricing, you have to understand what AI understands about pricing. So right now, for example, with one of our clients, Corey Eco, he's been live on Hydra for a couple months, and we're uploading data and information to the knowledge base. And one of the things that the AI came back with was that what AI understands is that he's severely overpriced on water heaters. And so he's digging and asking why. And he's asking critical questions because he's using our little HBIS thing, whatever. And it came back and it was like, right now, what AI understands about pricing related to water heaters is Angie's List pricing. And that means it's $1,800 to $2,800. So when you say things, when we say things, when the industry says stuff like, I'm not going to put pricing online, that means that what you are letting happen is technically Angie set the standard with every solo shop that's out there on what pricing is. And you're letting a consumer validate the quote you left them when you were in the home against what AI understands about pricing. So if the whole industry, if everyone doesn't come together and strategically, I want to say manipulate, modify, influence, persuade, whatever, tactically and scientifically modify what AI understands about pricing, you're going to have an issue, whether it was upfront and did you get the lead or not, or were you even mentioned, or you're going to have the issue when it's in the home and you're driving all over Timbuktu, dropping off quotes, and it's going out and double checking your price and your quote against what AI understands about pricing. So as a like, this should be what is it called when a whole bunch of companies come together? Crowdsourcing. We should, as an industry, be crowdsourcing and have a strategic initiative that says that, one, I'm going to publish content that is educational and informative related to pricing and why Angie's pricing is wrong, why that is not real, why MSRP for a Goodman product on Amazon or Home Depot is not accurate. What are the considerations that are included? The more content that is published that is actual, true educational and informational content, this industry cannot put their head in the sand on this one. That is not a good idea. They should be collaborating on this, and this shouldn't be a how do I just competitive. This should be literally, as an industry, we should be making modifications to it. When you do that and you are mentioned in advance, and then the consumer visits your site, pulls up True Quote, is able to customize the entire product, is able to instantaneously generate a comparative summary that calculates what your quote is against what manufacturers are, against which distributor. We have retailers, right?
Yep.
AI summary. What else
Yep.
is included in the comparison?
AI
It was AI summary,
summary,
manufacturer, right? And then retailers.
manufacturer, retailers. Yeah, I think there might be one more. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's one more thing. But now you're putting the consumer. So we got the mention, we got the conversion, first conversion number one, right? That they visited. Now you're giving them the ability to convert on their own. And this, like, if you study the mechanics of online pricing and you see why Tesla avoided building car dealerships, putting a sticker on the window, sending a salesperson out there to yap at you and catch you when you get out of your car and invade your space and all of those things, like, you'll realize that the consumer, when left to do the research, gather the information, and make an educated decision on their own, spends more. They spend more when they feel like they're not being sold to. So you're going to realize when you do this, your rankings are going to go up, your traffic is going to go up, your conversions are going to go up, and your ticket and your close rate is going to go up because consumers are tired of being sold to. That's why they don't respond to ads. That's why they'd rather buy something off the internet than go into the store, sit down with a salesperson and get the Foursquare car salesman treatment.
Well, yeah, and once they go through the experience of the pricing on your site, when they do call, you don't have to your point, it's not a sales call anymore, right? It's like
Yeah, they're
they already
pre-qualified.
know they already know what it is. They know what they want. They've seen your
Mhm.
pricing. And so by the time they call you, it's a done. I mean, it's brilliant. And right. And so it's like, to me, the opposite, it's like, why would you not want your business to at least get that opportunity if you know, to your point, and maybe it's just an uneducated, not understanding that how that user is buying, but like,
It's
if
a
you know someone's
kaleidoscope.
look, yeah,
It's
I
a
know,
kaleidoscope. Everyone's vision is this, right? We only
yeah,
can see where we've already been.
yeah,
Like once you see this, because we have mutual clients that are using this strategy, this kind of three-step strategy between web and content and true quote. And the difference is the kind of calls that Charlie and I get or Paul and I get are, you know that I'm selling higher tickets now, and I'm actually making larger margins now because we're not going on all these jobs that we were losing the bids on. They're closed before we get there with zero interaction. We show up, we do the work, we get a review, and my ticket is higher. And he was like, my first inclination was, God, the whole reason I had to raise prices over and over and over again was because we were losing so many of the deals and my costs were going through the roof. Now I have all this creative space. I've created all of these new opportunities. Now I'm closing business faster. My margins are higher. And he was like, can I adjust my price? And I was like, hold your price. Hold your price. Keep the margin. I was like,
oh, that's
you just
hilarious.
get used to making more money, sweetheart. We're happy.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, let's go. Exactly. So yeah, so we're really excited about that, and obviously partnering with your team. I first saw some of your sites had it on there, and I was like, oh yes, here we go. It's coming. So
Mhm.
just to see that collaboration, obviously with your vision and Paul's vision, and combining that's really cool. And I think it's again just another tool that we have that allows that business owner to do something that they haven't been able to do in the past.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. All right.
And let's go
Next
Service
step,
Dash.
service
Service
desk,
Dash.
baby.
Yeah, this one, again, I think excites me a little bit just because of my background. So, my background way back in the day, I was one of the first employees at Living Social. Living Social was a competitor of Groupon. And obviously, Groupon's model was get people in at a discounted price, and then it would turn into long term business. Service Dash obviously is not that, but what Service Dash is, it's a tool. If you think like DoorDash being able to buy a sandwich on DoorDash, Service Dash is that for the trades, being able to buy, to be able to get a plumber to come out to your home, an electrician. And I think what's really cool about Service Dash is, again, for the business owner, if you have a bunch of trucks out there waiting on jobs, this is a platform that allows people to come on. And like, I always think like Service Dash, what I love about it is like, let's say I'm brand new. I moved to I'm a mom and I just moved to a new market and I need a plumber to come out to my house. I don't know who to call, right? Like, and so for there to be a platform that I can go on and it's all verified, it's all insured, everything's been vetted.
Risk.
For
Yeah.
me, like that is huge, right? Like I don't have to, like I don't know who to ask what plumber. So to be able to go on Service Dash from an end user, I love, because it gives you options, and you know that it's going to be legit, it's going to be insured. But on the flip side, from the business owner standpoint, what I love about Service Dash is like it allows, I feel like it allows smaller businesses to compete with the big guys. And what I love about it is like it allows them to take one job that could turn into a customer for life. So if I'm a small business, I'm a plumber, someone goes on Service Dash, they use my company, I come out and they have a good experience. Well, guess who they're going to use now for the
Mm-hmm.
rest of their life using that? It gives these small businesses the ability to play, and it allows them to put their business out there. Like and why I was comparing it to like Living Social and Groupon was you had the ability to turn a switch on and off if you wanted to do those deals. And that's the same thing with Service Dash. Is like, hey, if you're busy, then flip the switch. You're not going to get jobs. You're not going to get opportunities. But hey, if it's a slow day and you have some trucks out there, why wouldn't you flip on the switch and again be an opportunity for someone who needs what you do? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is the one that Paul came up with where I'm like, there's ideas you hear and you're like, why didn't I think of that? Like this is one of those where I'm like, how, like, it's almost shocking that no one's really done this.
There's been a couple attempts
Yeah, there's
over
been a
the
couple.
last 10 years.
Yeah, there's been a couple attempts. That's fair.
It was a little early. I think it was a little early, and you guys really, I mean, your tech is far superior than anything I've seen in the past. We're in a different time. We're in a different age. There's new technology. I think it's perfect timing. I think this
Yeah.
is exactly when it should have launched. Uh, we have a lot of, let me just throw this out there. I'm going to pivot for just a minute. I have a
Yeah.
lot of real estate community that follows the podcast. First of all, thank y'all. I love getting all the feedback. On the real estate side of the business, this is a great tool to give to your clients that are in the middle of buying a new home. This is an app. They can download it on their phone. If I have a company, I own a real estate company, my family does as well. Like that's the first thing I called my mom and I was like, you need to give away the Service Dash app and you need to get it on all of your new home buyers because that's the first thing, especially for the new home buyers. They have no clue what to do. They're instantly inundated with all the problems that come with buying a new home. They're concerned. They've never bought an air conditioner before. They've never had to deal with a water heater before, or a roof or a garage door or whatever it is. Like on the real estate side, if you are dealing with homeowners, this is a great system to be able to get them to download right out of the gate, get it on their phones, and keep you top of mind as a tool every time something breaks. They know that you're the one that gave them the solution. As far as contractors, it's just an obvious no-brainer because this is an entirely new environment, a different place that's not traditional digital, doesn't require paid ads, doesn't require SEO. You're technically acquiring a customer, keeping them off of Google, and you have an app that's on your phone protecting that gateway. So, what happens once the connection is made? Does it show up different in the app to where that household now has my favorites and these are my favorite contractors and whatnot? How's it work?
Yeah, exactly. And then there's also like a back end admin portal, and so like the business can do, like, again, the turning on and turning off. They can set the price. So like, let's say it's late at night and you want to set a high price and you're the only option. Someone's out there, so you can set pricing. You can set how far you'll go out. You can set whatever you want on the
That's
back
what
end.
we do with our Airbnb.
Exactly, with Airbnb, and then you can set up profiles. So like, if like one of the biggest things, like for me, was like if my wife was home alone and I knew someone was coming to my house, I'd want to know who's coming to my house, who, like, is it safe? And so I think what's cool too with Service Dash is you'll be able to know who's coming to your house, be able to do like an intro. Hey, Paul, Johnny's coming to your house. Here's a little background on John. So it allows that business to really like, um, give all the information needed to make that homeowner feel comfortable, safe. And then we're going to have an admin portal again where the business can go in and switch, turning it on, turning it off, setting pricing. I mean, I think Service Dash is honest. If you were to ask me, out of all these tools, I think Service Dash is my favorite, just because like the ability from both sides. I can see this, like, as a business owner, being able to turn on and off, busy or not. I'm not busy today. I have 4 trucks out there. I need business. Flip it on.
Yeah.
I'm swamped. I can't take anything. Turn it off. And then from the homeowner's point of view, to have a tool, I love how you tied it to the real estate. Yeah, like new homeowner moves into an area, doesn't know. Hey, here's a platform you can do anything that you would need done inside your home on a site that everything's been verified, tested, and insured. I think is super cool.
Yeah, I brought that up because, like, you hear me say all the time, this is a critical thinking game. So if I'm a contractor and I'm listening to this, like out of the gate, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sign up for that. That's easy. That's step number 1. That's the lowest bar. Like, do that. Like this afternoon. Call Charlie. The next step is you have a friend who's a real estate broker that helps sell your house. You probably have a couple of them and they have a couple of friends. So call your real estate broker and tell your real estate broker to download the app and give it away to their clients. Like think more strategically about the strategic network, as well as if there's other contractors that sell other services in your area and you really want, this is a chicken or the egg scenario, right? The way that Service Dash grows is through two different umbrellas. One is you need homeowners, and the other is you need contractors to service, and you need those both to happen in the same markets. So again, don't just show up to the table, like, feed me, Seymour, like it's Little Shop of Horrors or
Little
something,
Shop of
right?
Horrors. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Don't show up
Yep.
to the table, feed me, Seymour. Start thinking differently. When you get on a call with Charlie, don't just show up like, can you feed me? Come to the table and say, one, I want to get on the app. I want to be first in my market, whether there's homeowners on there or not. Don't care. Get first. Be the first one to sign up on it, right? What are you going to lose if there are none? Doesn't matter. Then
Yeah.
actively participate in helping build the application by engaging the contractors in your market and having the conversation with them, as well as your network of people who also do business with a lot of homeowners. You need the app to get into a lot of homeowners' hands. So this is like, think of this more as, again, crowdsourcing a community and an application you believe in, and everybody show up and collaborate. I think that's a big difference of what I'm noticing now compared to historically how the trades is operated, marketing companies included. I mean, they kind of have always ish a lot, not, I'm not generalizing it, but in overall, there's kind of this mine and my competition and so forth. Like, we're past that. Function like technology companies function. You see me on here, like, we're tech companies. We're figuring out how to make connections. We're figuring out how to integrate our software. We're figuring out how to help each other grow. Like, when you start thinking about those relationships, those strategic partnerships, what do they need to be successful? What do I need to be successful? And everybody comes to the table with more than an appetite. Everybody wins. So I really hope that overall the entire industry says this is a tremendous opportunity for contractors to be able to create a new channel of business, and that they participate in the growth of that channel as well. That would be my recommendation.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've said it all the time, and like, there's enough room for all of us to win. And in this idea where we have to fight and battle and do, like, it's just insane. Like, there is so much, like, if you really look at the amount of business and businesses that are inside this trades, there's so much opportunity, to your point, to just come together and make it better versus, all the crazy silliness.
Mine.
Like
That's another movie. I think it's a cartoon.
Nemo, Finding Nemo.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, let's come together and let's do what's best for these trades. And again, I think I go back to why Bill, I get this question at least 2 times a week. Hey, Charlie, everything you're doing sounds awesome, but what makes you different than everybody else? What makes you different than those couple companies that you mentioned that tried this and weren't successful? I think the biggest difference is Paul.
That's
and
Paul.
I'm not just saying it because
that came to my mind. Paul.
Like, it's Paul. I mean, the guy's different, and he's built different. And at the end of the day, we're built by the trades. We're not built by people in Manhattan. We're not built by guys wearing suits and tuxes sitting in a boardroom thinking they know what the trades needs. We're built by a dude who's been in the trades for 40 years, has been successful, has failed, has learned from those failures, and has now had a very successful exit, and is now saying, hey, you know what? It'd be the best way for me, my legacy, the best legacy I could leave for the trades, the people that got the industry that got me to where I am now, is to be able to give back. And I think that's the coolest part. Like, and I'm not just
going to be bothered about us even talking about him, because he wants zero credit.
He
doesn't
hates
want
it.
the limelight. He
hates it.
Being in his video
He hates
online.
it.
He doesn't want to be on stage.
He doesn't.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, he doesn't want the spotlight. He wants to use what's in his head, and his biggest success would be to see hundreds and thousands of businesses be successful. And there's just not many founders out there that think like that. And I think what makes him different is anyone that knows him, like, he's not just saying that. Like, if you know Paul, like, he means it. and he's
Paul
dedicated.
is quirky as all get out. You would
And he's,
never expect he was the CEO of all of these either. He's not going to boast. He's not going to brag. You probably won't even have a conversation with him unless you find him in a corner with a cigar sitting over the gym.
well, and that's the crazy thing, right? Like, he's not just the CEO and founder. Like, his brain is what has every single product that I talked about today was his vision, was his goal. And then he took it to the team and was like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. And then, I know Hudson will be on here on a different episode, but Hudson is like, I remember first time, I know Hudson came as a referral from you guys, but I remember the first time I was on a call with Hudson and he proclaimed he was like top 2% of all AI guys. And I was like, who is this guy? Like, who's this guy coming on and like telling everyone he's the top two? He's top two. Like, he really, if you look at our tech, if you look at what's built, we had an idea for a show where we said like, hey, what if we did a VR like headset where you could put it on and it would walk you through like the customer of like getting a review. Like, what if it could be you put it on and it was a technician asking for that review to a homeowner? And I swear, like, brilliant idea, thinking it would take like a month to build. 2 days later, Hudson's like, okay, here's version 1. What do you guys think? And it's like,
yeah, he's brilliant.
Bro, what are you doing? Like, holy cow. So yeah, I mean, so it's really cool because we have a visionary. We have a guy who's lived it, breathed it, has these ideas. And then he can take those ideas and go to his team and say, you build it. Yeah. And then Hudson now knows Paul well enough where now Hudson's like reading Paul's mind and saying, okay, I know what Paul wants.
I know what you're thinking.
And now Hudson's built a team. I think we have over 12 developers now on our team that are just every day actively working and making all these tools better. And that's super exciting.
Yeah, if you guys have an opportunity to meet Paul, if he's out, like, sit with him. The guy is an absolute genius. Absolute. And one of the most humble guys I've ever met in my entire life. He's kind. It was so funny because he came from one of our, I guess, competitor marketing companies or whatever. And when he was coming over to us with DoorServe, I got a call from the other marketing company and they were trying to warn me and tell me he's rough and he's mean and rah, rah, rah. And I was like, psh.
Yeah, he's
brilliant and he knows what he's talking about and he knows what he's asking for. And I've never met a mathematician. When we start talking numbers, I literally just crap out and listen because I can't process numbers as fast as he can. He's brilliant.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where I'm like, hey, just send me your bot and tell me what you're thinking because I can't. I just get lost. So I'm just like, hey, send it over and I'll look at it. But yeah, that is truly what makes us different is we have people that are building these tools that have lived it every single day, that have struggled getting reviews, that have struggled on creating a budget, that have struggled to become net profit. Like, so when you look at a tool that's coming out that's going to help a business create an accurate budget, that's not just.
Let's talk about that one. Let's go.
Yeah, but I think Budget Genius
12 minutes.
Yeah, I think Budget Genius is probably another top 2 for me. What I love about Budget Genius is it allows businesses to create accurate budgets. So in my world, in consulting prior to this, I saw a lot of businesses that would come to me and they'd be like, Charlie, I've had record months. I've had a record year, but like I'm losing money on the back end. So they're struggling with the profitability. And I always say, you're going to struggle with profitability if you don't have the right budgets, if you don't know how to do a budget. And a lot of people, we've talked about this, is like typically how someone will do a budget is they'll either leave a company that they were at before, they'll come over, they'll start their own thing, and then they'll add 10%, right? And then they'll just spread it out between 12 months. And that's their budget. And the problem with that is if you don't have an accurate budget, the biggest thing is I'm a big morale, I'm a big culture guy. Well, if you set a budget that's based on 12 equal months, and let's say January is typically a slow month for your business. Well, guess what happens now? Now you're coming out of the gate. It's a year. January is a typical slow month. And now you've set a budget that's unreasonable. So now your sales guys haven't hit numbers. They think they're not doing a good enough job. They're not getting paid. And you're starting the year off on the wrong foot. So what Budget Genius does, and what I love, is it takes actual data from your CRM. It takes historical data, and it says like, okay, based on prior years, based on prior months, this is how, so we're going to still, let's say your budget's 2 million for the year. We're still going to get you to 2 million, but we're going to split it out. Maybe January is slower. So you're going to have a smaller number, but then in June it picks up. And so you're going to have a bigger number. So now you're starting out the year in January, your team's hitting numbers. People are excited. They're making money and everything's good to go. And I think that just shows like, but that's such a small part of business right now. You'd be shocked. Well, you probably wouldn't.
No.
How many business owners that we talk to that have no idea how to put together a budget? And that goes back to like what from Paul's vision is if you were to ask Paul, he'd tell you Tom Howard. Tom Howard was the guy that changed the way Paul does numbers, the way he looks at numbers, the way he looks at his business, the way he put together a budget. And so again, it's like Paul's idea behind Budget Genius is like, I want to create a tool that allows a business to create actual accurate budgets that they can attain, they can hit, and that are based off of real numbers. And it's not just yearly budgets. It's like, think about it from a month-to-month budget or even a week-to-week. If I'm a sales rep, you'd be shocked how many people don't know what their number has to be for that month to hit their goal, or even broken down by the week or by the day. And so to be able to have accurate budgets based on actual data, based off actual numbers is a game changer. It is an absolute game changer that the majority of the businesses that we talk to on a daily basis do not have right now. And it's insane. So so this
is really plug and play. I love the fact that this isn't exhausting. This isn't going to feel like you just sat down with a huge team of accountants and a lot of debate. The sophistication of the technology that you have assisting with pulling this together, it's brilliant, and it makes it so
easy. So easy.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's the first question I ask when right out of the gate. I'm like, all right, tell me what your budget is, and then I can help give you some advice and tell you how to allocate it.
Yep. Yeah. It's in a notebook.
Yeah.
It's like, it's in a notebook. So
I don't know. Yeah. What would you do last year? I don't know. But I definitely know that I want to do 5 million this year.
I want to do 5.
I want to do 5
because my buddy that got acquired did 5, and he got bought. So that's what I need. So that's what I need to be. Yeah.
We have no historical data. We don't know what our marketing budget is. We don't know what got us to 1, and somehow we want to keep the same budget and make it to 5.
Yeah. But the one thing I would add that we didn't get to touch is PE and people that are looking to buy businesses. They're looking for businesses that have clean books. They're looking for businesses that know their numbers and that their numbers are accurate. So I would say 70% or more of the businesses that I have talked to prior to even being here, when I was doing consulting and even here, have end goal of being acquired. Like they want to be bought. Right. And so what I also love about Built by the Trades is Paul's experience with that as well. Is like Paul's also built these tools where if you're looking to be acquired, PE is going to want to see that you have a budgeting tool, that you have a profitability tool, that you have a way of getting more reviews, that you have a way to do all these things. And so I think it's a huge point too. Like if you're a small business, these tools, if your ultimate goal is to be acquired, you need the Built by the Trades toolbox, because it's going to help you when a PE comes and you sit down with them and you show the numbers and you say, I know my budget's based off actual numbers. Here's our profitability is based off of this. We've increased reviews over 100% year over year. We're using this tool. So I think if the end game is to get acquired, using the Built by the Trades toolbox is a must, because it's going to keep your business clean. And we've heard that a lot in a lot of feedback we've gotten.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't want anybody to get confused, right? When Charlie's talking about the Built by the Trades toolbox. So when you think about a traditional ERP or a traditional suite of solutions, right? Normally you have to subscribe to the entire thing. In this environment, the way we have it set up is they give you the ability to scale into each solution as it's needed. So ideally, if you have the ability to put each one of the tools in place and roll those out, fantastic. Absolutely do so. If you need a little bit more time for a rollout and to be able to get everybody onboarded and to be able to start leveraging it effectively within your organization, then pick one. execute it well. Make it so that it's routine. It's like waking up, brushing your teeth, making your bed, and so forth. Make it routine. Then choose the next one and do it again and scale into each. You're just like business is a giant puzzle, right? And when you start off your business, most of the time you've got the edges and the messy middle, right?
Facts. Facts.
So
Yeah,
you just,
you don't have to do it. Like I said, I think the cool thing about Built by the Trades is like I know we have at least one tool for every
Mhm.
single business owner, whether you're a $50 million company or a $200,000 company. And I think you nailed it. It's like there's going to be some companies that they don't need all of our tools.
Mhm.
And so that's fine, right? And I think the gradual approach too is like, hey, let's start. Like if I were a business owner, I'd want to make sure my profitability was in order. Make sure I was keeping
Amen.
money, making money. Then once I have that, now I can set an accurate budget. So now I want a tool that can help me with my budgeting. Now I need more reviews. More reviews is going to bring in more revenue, so I can do. So yeah, I mean, it's such a unique stack because to your point, it's like when you do look at it big picture, the more you have, the better they work together. But at the same point, very easily could be a situation where you just start off at one and move your way up, build your business up to a point where next thing you know, you're using 5 of them and your business is rocking and rolling. So
Yeah. Yeah. This is that messy middle takes a minute. Like, I think a lot of times people on average are living in a state of overwhelm. And it seems like there's lots of problems. There's not lots of problems. It's just a puzzle.
a
So if
puzzle.
you can reduce the amount of emotional energy tied to the things that you see as issues in your business, it is not an issue. It is just a puzzle. And there are solutions and the puzzle pieces fit together. When you solve your marketing issue, you're going to have more customers and you're going to need to get reviews. Those are tied together. And as you're able to process more and more opportunities, or maybe you have a lot of opportunities that are coming out and you're not closing a lot of that business, then you need to put the tool in place in order to get insights and details and information so you can see deeper in the puzzle and solve that piece of the puzzle. And when you nail that, then you can go back and say, all right, now we want to expand further, right? But you can't see that if you don't have the financial visibility in the business. So I think it's really easy to get overwhelmed as an entrepreneur. And I understand that because everybody gave up something, a lot of somethings to be able to become one. And it
Yep.
often feels like you're sitting at the bottom of a funnel catching the bag at the bottom. The
Yeah.
bag or whatever you want to call it at the bottom every day.
Yeah.
Welcome to owner operator again. But just try and detach the emotion that comes with solving problems and just make it the checklist, the puzzle, the sequence of things that are part of becoming an entrepreneur, growing a business, building a business, exiting a business. And just I mean, it's the only thing I can tell you, like there are systems and tools that are now in place to be able to accomplish all of the things and solve all of the problems that you have. And there are people, that's why we have this podcast that can be the catalyst of solving each one of those items. Prioritizing those things, that takes some experience. But when you do business with great people, like I'm so picky, man. I am picky, picky, picky. But when you do business with great people, that's why I don't just for who's selling some gadgets at a trade show. I look for and I want to know, I want the owner in my home. I want to break bread. We've met in different cities. We've
Yep.
sat down,
Yep.
broke bread, had conversations, had dinner, like we've sat
Yep.
down and had these conversations because good people are going to help you process like what do you need? Is it the right time? Because implementing the right time, the right things at the right time in the right order matter, not just having someone hawk their wares and tears to you at a table like a flea market. Like Charlie
Amen.
and Paul, these guys will be the first ones to say, you need this, but not yet. Let's just start with this. And that's important to me.
Yeah, I mean, I last week happened. Someone wanted a tool, and I just said, "You're not ready. You're not ready yet." And so we're not. And it goes back to our core of what we want to see. We're not going to put you in a situation if we don't. You might not have the technology to do it yet, right? Like you might not be set up that way. So yeah, we're always gonna make sure that we set that business up for success and give them the tools that we think are gonna to help them grow. And I think the biggest thing for us, and this goes back when I was doing consulting with Service Titan, was like one of the most rewarding things is be able to sit back and watch someone you're working with succeed and grow. And I remember taking businesses that were at 1 million and watching them grow to over 12, 15 million. And that there's nothing better than that, in my opinion. And so I think what we're building here is the same exact thing, right? We're already starting to see businesses. I mean, think about it. We're starting to see businesses that were getting less than 10% of reviews every single job they were out, and now they're getting over 90. And those same people are telling us that a 5-star review is worth hundreds to thousands of dollars to their business. So if you're going from 10% to 90% and those reviews are worth that amount to your business, give us a call. Let us help you. I don't care if you're a business doing $100,000 a year just starting out. We have tools that can help you. Or if you're a PE group with 70 businesses and you want to make sure that your businesses are aligned and all using the same budgeting tools and profitability tools, we can help you guys. We want to help you guys. And we love our partners. We love working with, wait till you see this, Goose. I'm with you, Jen. That was the first thing I woke up to this morning, and I'm like, okay, it's on. Here we go.
You hit it out of the ballpark.
Man, really good.
Gorgeous.
Really good.
All right.
So,
Charlie, thank you so much. What's the best way to get in touch with you guys?
Best way to reach out is you can always email me, charlie@builtbythetrades.com. Paul's very open book too. You can do paul@builtbythetrades.com. If you have any questions, anything whatsoever, please reach out to us. But Jen, once again, thank you for the platform, and can't wait to see you again.
I love it. Special note to my clients specifically. This message is for you. You guys, please make time to reach out to Charlie and get on a call and have a conversation. This collaboration is critical because these things are connected, and we need these things to work to be able to continue to improve performance. We're not just focused on one piece of the puzzle. We're trying to build the puzzle with you, and it requires more than just one or two actions that are being implemented from our team. So you guys, please make time, like put it on your calendar.
Yeah, reach out anytime.
Reach out.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate you. All right.